This is the second part to the Python coding. This is going to be making a very simple Python program. First, you will open up your IDLE, and then once you have this open, and you can see how to install Python in the previous video I did, and also show you how to open the IDLE. Now, if you're on a Mac, you can click your little search button here and type in IDLE. It'll pull it up. It looks like this icon right here. So once you have the IDLE open, File, New File, and this is basically a text editor, and this is where you can code out your first program. Now you can do command line coding here, but if you're doing multiple lines, it's much easier to do it here. So first what we're going to do is we are going to define our function, our first program. We'll say my first, and then we are going to lay out a print statement. Now, Python is a stickler for capitalization and indentation. So you see how the print statement is all lowercase and it's indented. That matters. So you do open parentheses, quotations, and then you type out your print statement. Hello YouTube. There it is. That's your first print statement. Now we need to initialize it. My first and initialize. In order to run it, click Run Module. You have to save it first. Let's go save mine straight to my downloads. My first and save. And there it is. Hello YouTube. And that is a very simple program. You could add more things into it. Hi again. You can also put in a few line spaces. So \n will create spaces in between. So let's take those out, run it, save it, and you see, hello YouTube, hi again. Now let's put in some line breaks, and now you got a space. So we could also add in some variables, a equals 2100, b equals 10. And then down here, you could create another variable. You could do like c equals a times b. And then here, we can do a print statement where we would say a, which is a variable, comma. Now we're going to do string is words, letters. So a times the number, comma, and let's say b, comma, equals c. Or you could do a times b. You could do the arithmetic function inside of the print statement. But for simplicity, we'll just do the three variables we created earlier. Close it out. Run module. And boom. Hello YouTube. Hi again. So that is how you create a very simple program. Print statement, variables. Now a few things you need to know. The variables always have to start on the left, and then you do the assignment sign, and then you do the number. Or you can also do a string. So like my name is Ricky, and we will print D. And let's do a couple line breaks. So you can actually assign a string to a variable and then manipulate that variable. You can do concatenation. So D equals, my name is Ricky, we can do E equals, and I like dogs. So here we can do print D plus E. My name is Ricky and I like dogs. So you see how the Ricky and are connected. There's no space. That's because we concatenated it and we did not put a space here. So it's actually taking the end of Ricky and slamming it into the beginning of N. So if you want to do a space, there's two ways. You can either add a space there, my name is Ricky and I like dogs, or you can add in a space like so. So that's pretty much the simple coding in a nutshell. You got a function here. You initialize the function here. Everything that comes after the function that is indented is inside the function, which is all here. So once you initialize with this, it executes all of this. And you can add as much stuff as you want to it. This is pretty straightforward, very simple. I mean, there's lots that you can do, but for the first video, I think this kind of gives you kind of like a beginner, hey, create a little small program, do a couple variables, a couple print statements, done. So the first thing that I've done in my first programming class was created initials using print statements. So, which once you learn Python, you'll learn this is a horrible way of doing it. But we would do something like for the first, and then you would just keep going down to make your letters, and you would just do your initials, and it takes forever. And you know, by the end of the course, you learn how to do it so much more effective. There's so many different ways, but for your first program, just play around with the print statement, play around with variables. So make sure your print statement is all lowercase, open parentheses. If you're going to do a string, you got to do the quotes. And always at the end, you want to close the quotes and parentheses. Variables, Python case sensitive. There's two different types of variables. You have a constant, which you would do by making a capital. So you would do A equals 78 if you didn't want that variable to change. But if you want the variable to change in the program, you could do a lowercase. So this means that later on, you could go back and say, you know, print A, so that'll print 78, but then here you could change it. And then print A again. So the first one, A equals 78, B equals 100, but then we printed out A, which is 78 here. And then we changed the variable here to 50, and then we printed it out again, but now it's 50 here. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Like I said in the previous videos, if you have any questions, comments, please feel free. Suggestions, anything like that, I'm happy to listen. This is the first of many. I'm trying to keep these short, try to keep them simple, and I'm going to try to keep it educational so that you can just pick it up, learn it, and just get it, not to spend tens of thousands of dollars at college. So I will hit you back up on the next video, and I'll see you soon.